Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm super excited to share with you guys the one lens that I always reach out for the most as a wedding photographer. Now, whether you're a seasoned professional or you're just starting out into the wedding photography industry, this video is the one for you. So let's dive right into it. So as many of you may know, I have been a wedding photographer since 2015. So that's nearly a decade of wedding photography experience, and during this time I've tested quite a large number of lenses and used them, and there's always one lens that I reach out for the most in my camera bag, and I'm going to share with you guys which lens that is. So in order to find out which lenses I've been using the most as a wedding photographer, I'm going to use this very interesting website called Lightroom Dashboard. How it works is that you upload your Lightroom catalog onto the website and it will run an analysis and let you know which cameras you've been using, which lenses and how often. So for the purpose of this video, I will only be looking at my past 3 years of work as a wedding photographer. And my most commonly used lens is this lens, the 50mm prime lens, and there are many reasons why I love this focal range and this lens in particular, but let's do a breakdown on why this should be the part of your wedding photography toolkit. Bear in mind that in this video, while I'm mostly referring to the 50mm f1.2Z lens, I'm actually also referring to its predecessor, the Sigma 50mm f1.4 lens, as I was using that lens before this lens took over its space in my camera bag. One of the main reasons I use this lens so often to capture weddings is because of its versatility. The 50mm prime lens delivers sharp, vibrant images with beautiful background blur thanks to its wide aperture. This is especially important for isolating subjects and creating that dreamy romantic feel in wedding photos, which is crucial for capturing the essence of a Singaporean wedding. For the next part of this video, I'm going to break down how I use the 50mm prime throughout a typical Singaporean wedding. Singaporean weddings typically start with the makeup session, a quiet yet significant part of the wedding day. The 50mm prime excels in capturing the delicate details of this moment, the intricate makeup, the bride's calm anticipation, and the subtle emotions. The wide aperture allows for beautiful portraits with a soft background blur, highlighting the bride's features and the artistry of the makeup. Now, if you don't have space in your camera bag for an extra macro lens, I find that the 50mm prime is also a very good lens to use to capture details like the wedding day jewelry. After the makeup session comes the gatecrash, a lively and energetic event where the groom and his groomsmen must pass a series of challenges set by the bridesmaids. This part is fast-paced and full of action. The 50mm's fast and accurate autofocus is crucial here, allowing me to capture spontaneous moments and reactions with precision. After the gatecrash, the groom receives his bride, and this is a moment where you don't want to be too close to the bride and groom, and yet given the space of Singaporean households, which is usually pretty small, you want something where you don't have to be too close but still a good distance away, so that the bride and groom can have this very private moment where the groom is receiving his bride. So what comes next usually is the bridal party shoot, which is a mixture of pose or candid photos where the couple takes with their groomsmen or their bridesmaids. The versatility of the 50mm prime lets me switch between the wide group shots and the intimate couple portraits without changing lenses, ensuring that I capture the joy and laughter of the bridal party. During the solemnisation ceremony, the 50mm is perfect for capturing the solemn and beautiful moments within the church. The ability to handle low light is essential here, as some of these venues can be dimly lit. The lens's wide aperture ensures that even in these conditions, I get sharp, well-exposed images. The other benefit I find of shooting with the new NIKKOR Z lenses is that they are absolutely silent, so there's no sound and no noise to disrupt the ceremony proceedings. Now, before the start of the wedding banquet, we usually have the tea ceremony. Now, the tea ceremony is a deeply emotional and traditional part of Singaporean Chinese weddings. It's a time for the couple to show respect to the elders. The 50mm captures the intricate details of this ritual, from the delicate tea sets to the heartfelt expression of the family members. The close focusing capability and beautiful bouquet add to the intimacy of these shots. So personally, in my experience, I find that 50mm is the best focal length to capture the tea ceremony. Now, you may opt for the 35mm if you wish, but these are the two focal lengths that I find work the best for tea ceremonies. So the final part of the Singaporean wedding experience is usually the banquet, reception, dinner or lunch. And to be completely honest, I find that this is the part where the 50mm is not that useful. I prefer to shoot with my 85mm lens at this point of time. But having a prime lens is still very good in low light situations, which we know most hotel room ballrooms are, so you might still be able to bring some use out of it. But for the most part, 50mm has served a lot of its purpose throughout the entire day. So the 50mm prime lens is fantastic. It's really good for weddings. If you do not have a 50mm prime and you're a wedding photographer, you should run out and get it. Now, with that being said, should you get the 1.8 version, or you want to get the version like mine, which is the 50mm 1.2? Now, this lens costs over 3,000 Singaporean dollars, which is very expensive. The 1.8 version is smaller, it's lighter, it's a lot cheaper. And if you ask me, to be completely honest, I think after you've taken the photo, most people can't even tell the difference if it was shot with the 1.2 or the 1.8 version. So there's absolutely no need for you to get the 1.2 version. But if you have the extra cash, you just want to squeeze out that little bit of extra quality, you can go for it. This is a very expensive lens, but this is, as good as your money can buy. You want the best quality for your money, go for the 50mm 1.2. If not, the 1.8 is good enough. Now, we know that no lens is perfect, so the 50mm prime can't do everything, but since I shoot with two cameras most of the time, I like to pair the 50mm prime with a zoom lens like the 24 and 120 f4, so I can zoom in or zoom out as required. And let's not also forget that with the NIKKOR Z cameras, you can assign one of the customizable buttons to crop in to DX mode to get a tighter crop with whatever lens that you're using. So effectively, your 50mm prime lens can be also a 70 to 80mm, just by cropping in. It's different from zooming in and walking in, but if you just need to get closer, you can always crop in with the 50mm and get a closer framing of the shot. So there you have it. This is my most used lens for photographing weddings in Singapore. Its versatility, image quality and reliability make it an indispensable part of my gear. If you have any questions or you want to share your experience with the lens, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more photography tips and gear reviews.